Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We're en route into Paphos Airport and then we're going to head deep into Paphos. So let's turn you around again and you're going to get to learn that magic route. This is the route to downtown Paphos. Obviously, you've got to fly into Paphos first. And I know a couple of guys literally as we speak who are on a big bird. And that is the man known as Lord Andy and of course his beauty and ours, the lady known as Lady of the Ness. They're jetting into Paphos for a magic week of sunshine and fun and games and all those kind of things. So let's go straight past the main departure and arrivals terminal and then head back towards Paphos. Lots of security systems in place, by the way, and now you cannot be lingering around here for too long, should we say. We've got a short stay car park on the right hand side, a long stay one as well, and of course you can, you're allowed to stop for a minute or so, hopefully as long as someone behind you is not honking on their horn too much. It's acceptable, shall we say. So arrivals and departures is on the left hand side, not the biggest airport in the world, but a nice little airport, nice and friendly, and it's not chaotic. Well, okay, it can be when 4 or 5 planes land at the same time, obviously. But in general, a very, very easy airport to navigate, whether you're going through it or coming through it. And hopefully you're coming through it, isn't it? Because that's the best time, because that means you're coming to Paphos. Perhaps for a fortnight, perhaps for the rest of your life, you never know. Come on then, let's get going. And we're now going to slowly work our way back up to the main old airport road and we'll have a chat along the way. Perhaps if you want to hire a car, there's a lot of companies operating from here. There's a petrol station. So yeah, if there's no juice in it, you'll be able to pop some into it, won't you? And lots of billboards around advertising these skyscrapers. Those are in downtown Limassol, for example. Limassol from Paphos is approximately 60 kilometers, so around about 45-ish miles or thereabouts. If you're going on a bus, great bus service, by the way. The intercity buses, they're the green buses. And so my man in Denmark tells me, that's Viscount Ronnie. Yeah, I think you can go from Paphos to Limassol return for around about 7 to 8 euros, Nicosia and back for around about 12 euros or thereabouts. I mean, don't quote me, but somewhere around there. So very, very cheap, very, very efficient, very, very good buses, and literally they are brand new. They bought a whole fleet of them last year, so the air conditioning should be good and the seating should be very, very comfortable indeed. Have you noticed the sky? Pretty blue, the odd cloud or two, but it's certainly very, very good for this time of year because we're in January. So, you know, I don't know where you're watching from in the world, but if you're watching from somewhere in the northern hemisphere, probably it's a little bit chillier, a little bit gloomier, and there may even be some of that white stuff around. We don't get that in Cyprus unless you live, of course, on top of the Troodos Mountains. So big shout out to a man who was there, but now he's gone back to the UK. Big shout out to a member of the Barnhawk crew. His name is Viscount Aidan. Yeah, and on that note, big shout out to his sister, the baby Barnhawk, Miss Fern, and of course, the man of her dreams. They get married this summer. Yeah, Harry the Keeper. And we can't forget to mention Baron John, and of course, their mum and his partner in his crimes, Baroness Louise, who likes a little bit of cheese and the odd glass of wine. Yeah, right. We are heading towards the main old airport road. When we get to the T-junction at the end, we are going to take a left and slowly but surely crescendo through the odd village or two, chat. If you stick with us for the next, 15 minutes or so, we are going to hit Paphos. Well, we're actually going to hit Yeraskipu, and Yeraskipu is the extremities of Paphos. If you come back for the next video, we're going to go on an adventure in Paphos itself, as Mr. Paul goes hunting for one or two of the things that he needs to get for the bar. Yes, the Marika and Me Lounge bar, if you follow the channel. I've got to go and hunt down this brick effect that we're going to put on the wall of fame. I've got to take some pictures of all the different colours that they've got. Obviously then I've got to send them to Marika, and then Marika's got to make the choice of what style, what colour brick effect we are going to have on the wall of fame, on the Hollywood staircase at the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. And of course that's the wall where many people are going to have their name written up in lights, and that's the place where a lot of people, we feel, are going to stand on the Hollywood staircase to get that spectacular selfie picture when they are at the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. And of course in the background there will be many names on those bricks, and these are the people that helped to find the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. These guys dug very deep, and I want to say a massive thank you to one or two of them. If your name is Sir Craig, and of course Lady Haley, all the way in downtown, let me think for a moment. I was going to say Telford, but it's not Telford. Telford, of course, is another gentleman, and that's our Sir Greg. Yes, I've got it on the tip of my tongue, and I do apologise that I can't remember where these people are from. But don't worry, it'll be on their brick, and I've no doubt it'll come to me before the end of the video. So many names in there, by the way, because there's so many people who have been very kind indeed. And I'm going to mention one or two. Princess Tracy, she is a legend and a superstar on the channel, been with us a very long time indeed. She's having her name on a brick, but she went one step further, and I mean literally, she bought a step on the Hollywood staircase as well. Of course, there was only 17 steps on that staircase, and unfortunately, if you haven't purchased one to have your name on it, of course, they have all gone. Big shout out to one or two who have. Baroness Heather, yes, thank you very much indeed. Also a brick, and of course, the man of her dreams, Baron Steve, also, of course, he will be on a brick. And maybe we might swing them from our groovy ceiling. What do you think of that idea, Lady Dizzy of the Blonde? Up there with yourself, of course, the gorilla, and that superstar, that legend of a son, of course, Prince Oliver. Glitzy stars hanging from our groovy ceiling. So let's mention some more people that are going to be on the Wall of Fame. Lady Wendy, yeah, thank you very much, Lady Wendy. Lady Karen, thank you very much. Sir Chris of Bridlington, thank you very much indeed. Dame Anne goes without question, doesn't it? I think she should have the whole wall, and perhaps Lord Andy and Lady Ness, we should build them a whole wall as well. Yeah, Sir Chrissy of the 69, thank you very much indeed. Baroness so sweet Caroline, and of course Baron Nigel of the Big Guns, and of course their granddaughter and the dog as well. Yeah, correct. You can gift a brick to your granddaughter, to your grandson, to your neighbour, or even to Barney the dog, and of course Miss Ellie. Thank you very much indeed. Lady Kirsty in downtown Glasgow. Of course, the man of her dreams, Sir Scott, and of course their superstar of a grandson. He's fantastic, which is why his name is Alexander the Fantastic. And of course, they will all be on bricks on the big wall, the Wall of Fame, on the Hollywood staircase at the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. So if you're out and about from the 15th of March 2025, that's the grand opening date. It's a Saturday. Drop it in your calendar. And we'll have another opening date on the 16th as well. So if you are flying in for the weekend, like many people are, and I want to say a massive thank you to one or two of them. If your name is Baron Von Cigar, don't forget to pack something special for that special night, and don't forget for the Sunday night as well. And of course, if he's coming, well, that must mean the greatest accountant in the world is coming as well, and that's our and his Lady Victoria. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And a big shout out to some of our friends on the channel known as Marika and Me. Big shout out to Lady Amy and Sir Johnny of the debt. And remember, you will always be in Lady Amy's debt. So be a very, very good boy. Otherwise, Mr. Paul is going to chuck you in the blue Mediterranean Sea. And on that note, I'd like to say a big shout out to Johnny of the Debt's son. Yeah, he's 6 years of age. He's going to be a little superstar. And I'm looking forward to meeting him one day when he comes to downtown Paphos, and perhaps I can treat him to a chocolate ice cream or a vanilla ice cream, whatever ice cream he wants at the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Big shout out to Viscount Noah. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and hopefully the weather is not treating you too badly in and around downtown Newcastle. Big shout out to some more people who have dug deep and purchased a brick on the Marika and Me Lounge Bar Wall of Fame on the Hollywood staircase. Sir Peter of the Day Man, thank you very, very much indeed. Sir Peter of the Tiso in Uptown Scotland. Hopefully you're not shivering too much, but remember, when you come back, there'll be a pint waiting, especially for you. The list goes on and on and on. There are now more than 260 people who have dug very, very deep to buy either a brick on the wall, a swinging star on our groovy staircase, or one of those steps. But of course the steps are all gone. So what about having your name on the bar? And it's a big bar. So we can get a little plaque made up and have your name on the bar. And if you'd like one, all it's going to cost you is 150 euros. To buy a brick is only 50. How do you do it? Very, very simple indeed. All you have to do is go through to PayPal. In the search box at the top, pop in these magic words. Paul G, Cyprus, that's Paulgee, Cyprus. And of course, just in case you're in any doubt, there will be a picture of an idiot in a blue hat with his very own blonde beauty standing right next to him. That's Mr. Paul, and that's Miss Oching-Gracevia LaBouffe, my Marika, and of course your Marika. And then you know that's where you're going to be sending your money, and of course your name will appear very, very soon indeed on the Wall of Fame on the Hollywood staircase, or perhaps on a swinging star from the ceiling, or maybe that special plaque on the bar. Thank you very, very much indeed. And of course I'd like to say a big, big thank you to Tony and Sonia, who gifted me a coffee only the other day. It was absolutely delicious. Thank you very, very much indeed. And I will look forward to meeting you when you down into Paphos, and of course pop into the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. This is Koloni, so this is the furthermost village out from what we would call Paphos town. Very, very shortly we will enter Yeraskipu, which technically means that we are in Paphos. So if you're coming from Paphos Airport to Paphos, whether you're coming to central Paphos or whether you're going to downtown Paphos, where all the main hotels are, the trip is approximately 20 minutes if you are driving in a car. Maybe a little bit quicker in a taxi, depends on how much of a rush he's in. And there's also a very good bus service, by the way, and those are the blue buses. And if you're curious to know how much it might cost you per trip, it is €2.50. So you can hop on at the airport, get off in Paphos, or get off in downtown Paphos, and that trip will cost you €2. And of course, each time you hop on and off, it is €2.50. Or you can treat yourself to a day pass, which means you can hop on and off all day for only €6.50. I'm going to say a massive, massive thank you for watching. It's very, very much appreciated. And don't forget, if you want more of us, we're on a little bit later, as you know. You can also go and find us on Instagram. We're also on Facebook. We have Marika and Me on Facebook and Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Can I ask you nicely, please, to hit that like and please to follow us. It doesn't cost you a single penny, but it does help the algorithm to push us out to more and more people. And it's exactly the same on YouTube. By hitting that little thumbs up, by subscribing to the channel, doesn't cost you a single penny. If you want to make a contribution, you can by a super thanks on YouTube itself. That's the little heart-shaped button. And I'd like to say a big thank you to my man in downtown Cornwall. If you're a Duke and there's a Duchess in your life, a big Calimera too, Duke Phil. And of course his girl, Duchess Sharon. I'd also like to say a massive Calimera to a man called David and his called Angela. Yeah, Sir David, Lady Angela. We're looking forward to seeing you when you come back on a big bird to downtown Cato Paphos. And I got a feeling that's going to be very soon indeed. You tip us off and I'll make sure that our little princess, TC, is sitting there waiting, especially for you. Downtown Yetaskipu, on a spectacality of a day indeed. All that's missing is you, so why not get yourself on that Tinternet and start looking for that special trip to downtown Paphos, because the sky, it's blue. The sea, I promise you, it's blue. And of course, if you haven't guessed it by now, Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. So that must mean one thing. All that is missing is you.